Have you ever felt like your world was falling apart? Maybe you lost a job, a relationship ended, or a dream you worked so hard for just vanished. In those moments, it feels like the end, and we often ask, why is this happening to me? But what if I told you that your greatest loss is actually setting you up for your greatest gain? Today, I want to share a short story about a little bird that reminds us why we should never fear new beginnings. Once, there was a little bird who lived in a dry, withered tree in the middle of a forest. She had built a small nest there. It wasn't perfect, and the branches were brittle, but it was home. She loved her nest and felt safe there, often thinking, I will stay here forever. This is where I belong. But nature has its own plans. One evening, a terrible storm rolled in. The wind howled, and the rain poured down like never before. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the old dry tree, and the branch holding the little bird's nest snapped. In an instant, her home was destroyed. The little bird managed to escape, but she watched helplessly as her home turned to ash. Heartbroken, she cried out, "Why did this happen to me? I did everything right. Why did I lose the only thing I loved?" The next morning the sun rose, but the bird had no home. She had no choice but to fly. She flew further than she had ever flown before, searching for a new place to rest. After hours of flying, her wings grew tired, but then she saw something below. It wasn't a dry forest like before. It was a lush green garden full of fruit trees and a sparkling river. She landed on a strong, sturdy oak tree where the leaves offered better shelter than her old tree ever could. As she built her new nest stronger and higher than the last one, she realized something profound. If the old dry tree hadn't been destroyed, she never would have left it. She would have stayed in that dangerous place forever, never knowing that a paradise was waiting for her just a few miles away. The storm she thought was a punishment was actually a push. My friends, life is exactly like that little bird's journey. Often, we cling to things that are no longer good for us, a comfort zone, a job that drains us, or a situation that holds us back simply because it is familiar. When life shakes your tree and when your nest falls, do not despair. Understand that life is forcing you to fly because it is pushing you toward a greener garden. You are being moved from a dry branch to a strong oak tree. So, if you are facing a new beginning today, don't be afraid. Trust the process. Your new chapter is going to be far more beautiful than the one that just ended. Remember, sometimes you have to lose who you were to find who you are meant to be.